Finally, part 31. I swear this is the last part of the Let's Play, so thanks for watching what little of it you did. I am the creator of the Zelda Classic quest, Those Knobs' Saga, obake-san's ghost. This is Link's decision to Chronos, the Tears of Fate. And of course, the very end. We've beaten the game, we've beaten all 4 secrets, and that leads us here, the 5th secret. This is the only part of the game that wasn't part of the original plan. It was just that at the end of the game, you seem like you've resolved just about everything except for one last thing. The castle you could explore in the present, but the doors are just taunting you in the future. You can't go in. So I added this last part just to do that. So we started out at level 4, or secret 4, which is actually right next to level 4. But we need to get to the town. So, I went through 9 different anagrams. That's a lot better than the original 4, it seemed like. So, go thank bases, shaken gas boost, sank stooge bash, ask the bosun gas, goes as bank shot, then sage's books, the book sang ass, banks go to ashes, and those knobs is saga. Like, what a knob. That wasn't all of them though. There were actually enough to cover every single part. I'm gonna try and deal with this while I'm going through this cave we've already looked through. So, go bash on skates, a snag shook best, so the saga bonks, she ganks taboos, go stab on shakes, nooks bash gates, boast snake hogs, bong tokes as ash, shoot bangs sake, like Thailand, banks goose hats, stage bands hooks, those ganka boss, boa snake G-shots, bag shoot snake, okays tango bashes, hobo stages sank, soho stage banks, stage goons shab, and sang as the books. And who knows, I might come up with others, but it's enough to put at every single section or part of the Let's Play. How'd you get in here? Whatever, I can't seem to be able to lower the walls downstairs. If you think you know what the gilded statue and all 4 secrets means, then please go down there and show me. So we've already been downstairs. Last time we were here, we got to open the door and the first wall, because we only had the first secret completed. And now, door opens for the gilded statue, secret 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, actually, let's go back and talk to that guy again. But yeah, I think I've gone a little overboard with the anagrams, but I think I got a decent set of letters, I guess, because I certainly wouldn't expect to find anywhere near that much. Wow, you must be some kind of superhero. Well, whatever it is, it's all yours. I guess gilding myself wasn't necessary. Yeah. So, this is obviously Zelda 3 cave music. We've heard this before. But this we've heard before and I have not identified. This is Kingdom Hearts 2, the 13th struggle, which I think was like the final boss area-ish, or first final boss area. I don't remember exactly. But, with all these anagrams, I might as well say, how I got so many. And, I mean, I'm sure there's a real way to do it, or a formal way, or preferred way, or I don't know, something. But, what I did was just something I came up with on my own. I do not need any rupees. So what I would do is I'd take the word, name, whatever that we're starting with, so obake-san's ghost in this case, and I spell out all of the letters. Gotta avoid that yellow thing on the way back. I don't want to deal with that. And at least these guys I can, could get around, but they kind of trap me. It's alright, their funeral. And yeah, that thing is still here. That'll take away my item permanently until I go back to a few rooms before this and get the green, yeah, you gonna kill yourself? Good. And, so yeah, all in alphabetical order, you know, A, B, I'm not even gonna try going in alphabetical order. And, I mean, try going, spelling just my name off the top of my head while I'm playing. Obviously I can spell the full alphabet. Well, maybe not so obvious, but, I mean, coming up with that many anagrams, it would be absurd if that wasn't the case. So once I have them, you know, in alphabetical order, I can start looking for words. So I look for as long of a word as I can, or maybe something that is useful for a particular situation or something like that, or something you like. I think my favorite is still Ask the Boson gas. Boson, those are subatomic particles, which technically can't form a gas, but they were in the news a few years ago with the Large Hadron Collider finding the Higgs boson. So, you know, there's other types too, but that might be the most well-known. Aha, 3 bombs. That's not too bad. And Saga was also a good one for, you know, a Zelda quest. So, I could get as long of a list of words as I can. There's always 1-letter words and 2-letter words. I try and keep those off to the side when I'm figuring stuff out, along with an S also, because it may be useful to link 2 words together with a preposition, or make something plural with an S, or change the vowels tense. So it could be useful to keep those to the side, and obviously you still use them if you get a good combination, good second word or whatever, but keeping them to the side can be useful for finishing the anagram. So yeah, you got the big long list of words. Crap. And so you just put them all together, and you end up with a bunch of, you know, words that work, but a lot of the words are going to overlap. So second step is to look into which words overlap with each other. And or more specifically, which words don't overlap with each other, and you could get groups of 2 words that fit in the same anagram at that point. So you could set that aside and try that too, and I'm getting fed up with this many that's. But of course I can't get to. There we go. So that took care of another one. No. There goes that one, and that should be that one, so... Okay, I meant to do the fire thing, but that would have meant I probably couldn't have gotten that heart, so I regretted it immediately, but thankfully it was the boomerang. Oh, will you just die? There we go. Alright, another key, or actually a key. So anyways, when I get the word put together, the long word, or even better, a combination of words that work together, then I like to list out, you know, the starting word again, either above or below it, and delete all of the letters that were used. So, starting with obake-san's ghost, you could, what's a good word? Alright, boast. So, you'd put obake-san's ghost above it, and then remove the B-O-A-S and T from obake-san's ghost, and you'd have the remaining letters. And then you kind of start the process over again, see what you can build with those, and slowly work your way down. And remember, you could put the, you know, make stuff plural, or put to, or of, or a, at, and use those to try and finish it. Most of the time, the, you know, terms you come up with are not going to be easy to put in an order either. Or to figure out the order that makes the most sense. Because, I mean, the best ones are going to obviously actually work that way. But some of them are definitely going to be gibberish. That was where we took the dive warp to go to the other town. You don't recall. I already killed those guys. These are the ones that give me back my stuff if I get stuck by one of these blue, red or yellow bubbles like that one. But at least I don't have to go far for this. Yep, boomerang is the green one. So let's go downstairs to the sleeping area, and a classic Patra here. Not the easiest one, but still very easy at this point in the game. The easier one, of course, is the one that spins around in an oval, because that doesn't take up any more area than you start with, but I've got very good weapon, very good armor, not a problem. Oh, and the music in the dungeon here is from Kingdom Hearts 1. This is Forza de Male. I have no idea where that is. I don't recall. But doesn't matter. And if it was something from one of the Final Fantasies, I wouldn't even know. Alright, I might, but probably not. Nothing there, but at least those guys are easy to kill. And unlike these things, which are easy to kill, but this is going to take a while. So the normal way to kill them is to make them eat 2 bombs. The secret way to kill them is to put 2 in a row, and then you can sort them, and you always get bombs back. Or the best way to do it is let them walk into it, so you only have to use 1 bomb to get your bomb back. All they have to do is walk into the explosion, and that's kind of what happens when you do the 2 bombs in a row trick. They're still invincible from eating the first bomb while the second bomb goes off. So they're just kind of walking into the explosion, coming into the explosion as far as they can see. And when you have a lot of them, it's good to kill some the normal way, because you get health and money sometimes. I don't need money, of course. I don't know what I'm thinking with that. But here was where we could bomb to go down into the basement. We already cleared the basement in this time period, so let's see, 4 keys. And I think we've taken care of every area around here. And yeah, I gotta be careful around these. Alright, fine. If that's what you're gonna do, I'm gonna take out the arrows. And now I got nothing. I was hoping to get through all of those guys before coming back here. That way I could just pay attention to the bubbles, but there we go. Now I'm gonna go upstairs first, because that does not have a lock on the door. Don't know what I need with another magic jar from these guys. Health is what I need. Well, need might be a strong term in this case. Health is what I want. And yeah, it's a very useful clock. So this is as far as we got with the castle in the present. This room right here. And we couldn't go any direction unless we showed the knight's badge, so wizard not allowed inside. There was just somebody blocking our path here. But if we had the knight's badge, we'd be able to go to the side rooms. So this was just the kitchen. It was, of course, fully stocked in the present, but, you know, they left, so they took everything. Yeah, they didn't take the bedding from the beds. They were in a hurry, but to be fair, if I wanted to, I did have the tiles for that from the broken down hotel. The hotel beds. Those were just the skeleton. Ooh. Okay, forgot about those things. So yeah, this place was also stocked with stuff. And we could go south from here. North is obviously the boss. And I'm just gonna mass murder these things with a fire. Okay. Next up, we'll take one of the sides. And in the present, when you got here with the knight, the 2 sides were 2 shops. So one side had 3 of the items that you could buy. Of course, you already had the magic boomerang and the bow by the time you got here, so you didn't have to have those in the shop. But it had all 6 items otherwise that you had to buy between the 2. Let's see. I figure I should get that just in case something horrible happens, but I mean, with the amount of damage these guys put out, it would have to be like a horrible 20 things in a row, followed by several mistakes. But the loss of health is starting to annoy me, so I am going to use my other magic spell. And yeah, that helped out. No, there's nothing else that I can use to hit him from here. I assume a bomb would work, but that wouldn't go off in time. There we go. And it didn't take forever chasing down the last one. So anyways, yeah, I put together all of those anagrams. I'm not really like a language person, language puzzle person, but I'm good with other types of puzzles. So why did I go this way? I guess just to keep those things away from me better. So, you know, not jigsaw puzzles or those 3D assembly puzzles, although the one that turned into a marble maze once you assembled it was pretty cool. But I'm talking about metal puzzles. They're called cast metal puzzles, and the main brand that I'm thinking of is Hanayama. They just have a few dozen of puzzles, different difficulties. They're just cast metal. Some of them are actually really nice looking, done in you know, silver and brass colors. Some of them even gold color. But they're just cast metal, so I'm not gonna have to worry about breaking them in half or something. They're meant to withstand that for the most part. And the whole point is to, I didn't need to do that, take apart the pieces of the puzzle that are joined together and then put it back together again. Sometimes it's much harder to put them back together again than to take them apart. Like the puzzle ring it just falls apart in your hand. But then it's ridiculously hard to put back together again. So there's all sorts of these puzzles. There's also, there's some wood puzzles, wire and string disentanglement puzzles. So there's a lot of puzzles that require, you know, you to think in 3 dimensions or keep track and try different things. A lot more varied than just doing, say, a Rubik's Cube. And yeah, there's plenty of other brands out there that make these cast metal puzzles. I've even seen one that was, oh geez, that was a few hundred pieces, cost a few $100s, and it started out as a box for ammunition, and you could take it apart and reassemble it into a working pistol, which is ridiculous. So yeah, there's different groups out there that make them, and Hanayama's a Japanese company, but most of the puzzles are made by people outside of Japan. I think Hanayama was just the name of the type, or maybe the guy's name who made the first one in the company, I don't know. But whatever the case, I am up against some hefty Death Knights here. Death Knight would be probably the hardest enemy in the game. Definitely does the most damage at a time. And this isn't good. Where did I miss a key? Did I kill these things? I do not remember. You know what? Arrows work good on these guys. Yeah, I like the arrows. Oh, great. Now I've got to remember where I left behind a key and hopefully do it fast enough where I don't have to fight every guy on the way back. Like these guys probably want me to. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna destroy these guys so I can get some health back. They love to congregate around Link, so this works pretty well. Works even better when it's the slash technique, but only the thief and the knight get to learn the slash technique. So, where is the last key that I am missing? And how many times am I going to do that? Probably accidentally do that enough times until I don't have enough magic to do it anymore. And that's when I'll finally have learned from my mistakes, when pressing the button wouldn't even do it. I mean, we went everywhere. Downstairs and upstairs. But I don't remember if I went through here. I mean, I would like to think that I did. But if this isn't it, then I've really... Okay. That thing would rather kill itself than get hit with by my boomerang. There we go. Okay, good. Back on track. Yeah, the, puzzles are pretty, cool. Okay, gotta go back and get my sword. But like the Hanayama puzzles are pretty much almost all 12 to 15 bucks. So they're not even, they don't cost a whole lot. And let's see, there's a whole bunch of others that I got to. And yeah, it's just good you can bring them with you somewhere if you're gonna have to wait for a while in a line or a doctor's office or something. And just, you know, see if you can get through it. And eventually you're gonna forget how you do it. So you may end up having to deal with a challenge all over again long after you've done it the first time. And yeah. Just gonna skip past that. And of course I can't skip past this. So I'm gonna drain the remainder of my magic, possibly. Oh, I can use arrows on them. If I had the crossbow, that would be a lot easier because that shoots the arrows much faster. But at least I don't have to worry about money. Okay, and I guess I don't have to worry about getting any health from those guys either. Ooh, geez, this is not good. Just run through that. This probably isn't too good either. And I do not have enough magic to do a spell, or at least the invincibility spell that would actually be useful here. So I am gonna have to waste a potion. Did not want to do that. And definitely gotta be careful not to use the second one. I don't have to go out and get another one to face the boss. Okay, there we go. And here. Yeah, I figured I wouldn't make it through. This thing. Final room in the bottom here. And of course it's got to be the hardest Patra in the game. And the last time you'll have to face one of them. And I need to use more magic on these guys. I haven't been getting any jars lately, but it's still better than wasting all of my hearts, because I will get jars eventually. I don't think that's enough to use my invincibility spell anyways. Alright, finally. We got the boss key. So now we've got to head upstairs. Got a nice little shortcut there, and oh dear god, these guys are gonna kill me. Alright. So, back to something... Okay, apparently it gave me exactly enough to use that spell, even though I shouldn't have. And I'm going to get completely wrecked by the boss if I go there with little health and no magic. So let's see what we can get. Health. Not even enough magic to do the invincibility spell once. But these guys are sure to help with that. Okay, so I got magic. I would still prefer to have some more health, so I'm gonna head to this one. Easier enemies to deal with. So I'm slowly building up. And I'm gonna try one more risky location. Hey, you stupid things, follow me. Well, I got my magic back from it, but still looking for some better health than what I got. Okay, getting up there, maybe. North is just a room with a fire bat, so I'm not even gonna bother with that. Alright, I'm just gonna go to the boss now. Because, yeah, this is gonna be it. The last fight of the game. Okay, I'll kill these guys. These guys are easy enough to get some health from, so. At least when they want to cooperate. There we go. Alright. And one more heart. Excellent. Now, I'm not gonna bother dealing with this crap. Straight to the boss. So, we've got a couple of problems here with this room. First of all, those are fire Gleeoks, even though they are green. They should not be green like that. The deal with the green one is that there's a regular Gleeok mixed in with them, and so the fire Gleeok gets a little bug, and it can only show up as green instead of the usual red. And so it's kind of hard to tell why it's shooting fire like that. The Aquamentus will also mess it up, and I think he can mess up the Aquamentus, or sorry, the Manhandler. So yeah, and of course we've got so many bats at this point. I should have done the fire spell. Now I've got enough magic to do it. It's kind of the reason the bat guy is good to have in here. And he causes a lot of distractions too, but he's definitely being of help. And the last surviving Gleeok was the regular one, not any of the fire ones. Alright, where are you gonna appear? Okay, one more hit should do it. And there's nothing else to kill, there's nothing else to get, so I'm just gonna waste all of my magic to quickly finish it off. That's it. You've done the last secret thing in the quest. Thanks for sticking with it. It has been a long journey, but you completed all the post-game stuff that is in the quest. There isn't anything left to do, but this castle has been cleared out and the monsters retreated from the town entirely. You can take a look at the town statue in this time period, but that's it. I hope you enjoyed the quest. Thanks. Just one last thing to say. The White Mage had planned everything Link did, including having Link find the 6 tears scattered in the present and the future, and then bring them to the White Mage in the past. And then, after you defeat Ganon, the White Mage scatters the pieces in the past, so that you can collect them, and so on. The White Mage could plan ahead to avoid the paradox by switching the 2 sets of tears when you handed both sets to him. He tore up and scattered Ganon's flower and kept yours. He had to make sure Link and Ganon don't figure out time travel duplicates are even possible, so he lied to Link about the second set of tears. With all this planning, the time warps are too convenient to be random, So is the White Mage South Caladia's version of Divine Intervention? Who cares? Do you really want to read more text? Now, please enjoy They Might Be Giants, Istanbul, not Constantinople. Thanks. So this room here has all of the Easter eggs: Samurai Jack, the Mystery Science Theater 3000 people, the Aquabats, Douglas Adams, Mario and Luigi are obvious, Rick and Morty here are obvious, two of the knights from Discworld, and these two are John and John from They Might Be Giants. The whole anagram thing actually was inspired by They Might Be Giants. They did their second dial-a-song in, I think, 2008. Just looking around the castle, there's nobody here anymore. But they released one new song per week on YouTube for the entire year, for free, of course, along with music videos for every single one of them. I mean, some of them were kind of minimalist, but most of a lot of them were actually really cool. And their original dial-a-song was like the 90s. You could call a phone number and hear one of their songs. I think it's still going, but it no longer uses a tape cassette answering machine for it. But they've always been known for doing weird stuff. They've done plenty of music video competitions, like, see who can make the best music video. They're okay with people uploading their music with a reason like making a music video. So, and of course, you have definitely heard some songs from They Might Be Giants, even if you didn't know it. The older people might remember the Dr. Evil theme song from Austin Powers, or the Malcolm in the Middle theme song, Boss of Me. The younger ones probably know the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse theme song, and the original Daily Show theme song, which is remixed as the current theme and appears sometimes. And TV and radio ads they've done for stuff like Play-Doh and Dunkin' Donuts. And they have so much of their music online for free. So, and they're known for clever, weird lyrics, like ICU is a song composed entirely of saying individual letters, and it's hard to notice unless you're looking out for it. Like, you are an X, I am an X, IW. It's just bizarre. And then Hello Mrs. We Like is just phonetically very, very strange. I don't know how they did that. And they name a lot of songs after weird words. Triops Has Three Eyes, Cloisonne, Unctuous Robot, Nonagon. And those are just some of the ones that have official music videos. They even have one mostly live album of new songs where at every stop of the tour, they debuted a song named after the venue that they were playing that night. So the Fillmore Kennywood, the Music Farm, West Hollywood House of Blues, the Stone Pony, and like 30 others they did. So, I guess that's all I'm going to say about that. So, let's see what I have written for the end. This is the end of my Let's Play, and I have no plans to make a second. There is one extra video I'll be posting. When I was doing the editing for part 16, I Let's Played that. So I recorded a live video of me explaining the steps of what I was doing as I was doing them. And 16 was a good example to use because it was recorded in two parts with a save in between, so I could take a break for something. Most of them don't have that, but there are a few that do. So that was just a good example to show because it shows cutting the two up and splicing them together. It just uses AVI demux and Audacity because the video is just clipping and the audio editing is in Audacity is really good. If I want to do something more interesting with video editing, I use VSDC, and that's what I did with the Lost Woods things for the spreadsheets. All of that software is free, so go right ahead with it. Thank you so much for watching. This is the last time I'm going to be addressing the fourth wall, or whatever the audio equivalent is of that. This Let's Play was a one-time thing because it was my own quest, and so, probably nothing else here. If you want to see a Let's Play of my previous quest, the 9 Villages, check out Melee Wizard's run. And of course, all 3 of my quests are completely free on purezc.net, along with hundreds of others. Both Zelda Classic and the level editor that comes with it are free open source software, so you can download those at zeldaclassic.com. There's no mobile version of the game, but Connor Clark is working on a web version that can be played from anything, and you can test out the betas of that if you want to. But that's it. I am done. Thanks, and I'm sure the next video you watch will be an improvement to this, by process of elimination.